Hello, YouTube. This is going to be my year update on my microdiscectomy back surgery. I had surgery on April 28th, 2021. I guess the current date is May 18th, 2022, so a little bit over a year. But, generally speaking, it takes you like a few days after surgery in order to feel normal again, especially with back surgery. I posted that like 10-day or so update where I was feeling good, and that 5 month. And I guess this is just a continuation of that 5 month video where I've had a phenomenal year, no complaints at all. My back has been absolutely. It's been really life changing. It really has. I've said that in a few of my other videos. That surgery was a completely necessary operation for the way I was feeling at the time. Back last April, I was working like a full time job. I couldn't even go to work really. I was sitting. I would wake up in the morning and I would have to take. What did I do? I would wake up and take Tylenol, like 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, because you can take Tylenol without food and it doesn't wreck your body, doesn't wreck your stomach. I'd jump in the shower. I'd walk downstairs. I'd try to eat something, even though I'm not really hungry in the morning. Then I would down, I think, 600 milligrams of ibuprofen, and then I would also take some type of muscle relaxer. And that's just before I even jumped in the car to drive to work. So, imagine that as your typical protocol. And then I do the same thing 2 more times a day. So at noon, I would take the same type of dosage, and then at night, trying to go to bed, I would try to take a similar dosage as well, except the muscle relaxer would probably be like a drowsy type form. Just awful. Awful. Hard to function. Taking all those pills, worrying about. Still not feeling that great after all those pills. Couldn't really drive. My leg wasn't working. Obviously, I was having some type of muscle weakness in my left leg. I couldn't stand on my heels. It was a completely necessary procedure to the way my body was presenting and the way I was feeling, because I couldn't really work. I would work for I couldn't even really sit for more than 20 minutes. It was pretty awful. I'd really have to just dial in and focus. Your mind, you just to get into a state to where I would actually be able to sit like this in a chair, and do work, let alone just even sit there, was crazy. I've said this before in videos as well. It's crazy to look back at your time at that period of your life and just look at the way you were living, right? Right now I'm in my apartment, I'm in my condo, whatever you want to call it, up here in Fargo, North Dakota. At that point, shortly after I returned from my vacation, where I kind of probably shouldn't have went and kind of screwed it up, this bed that I have here is really soft. It's really not very good. So I thought I would stay out at my parents', which is like a 45-minute drive away from here, stay in a more firm mattress and stuff like that. So I was living out there. I was basically laying as a 24-year-old male, laying on my stomach or on my back on my parents' living room floor. That's basically what I was doing for like a month. It's embarrassing to even say that. It's truly crazy how that's the way my life was set up. Let's not talk about the social aspect of being a 24-year-old male. Let's not talk about just being a young social aspect, being an athlete, trying to be as active as possible. That was gone. I had no social life. I had no athletic life when all the years prior, other than when I screwed it up the first time, I was a very active individual. So all that's gone. Just think about how I was feeling mentally. The mental strain that I took at that period of my life, because I had just undergone a 10-month rehab, had about a year, and then I had this sudden onset thing come on again where I had to ultimately have surgery. It's crazy how that just can really put you into a mental state where it's just not good. It's not fun. It was not an enjoyable experience. But since I had surgery a year ago, it's been life-changing. Last summer I talked about a little bit in my 5-month video. Quickly started golfing probably in July. I was able to get the last couple of months of golf season here in Minnesota, and that was a good time. over the winter. I was able to go play basketball. I was actually genuinely surprised on how athletic I felt. Any friends that watch this, that's maybe is embarrassing to say because I wasn't overly aggressive. I wasn't just flying into the lane and doing layups and stuff like that, but just being able to sprint up and down the court, play 40 minutes of basketball, and not hurt myself was a very uplifting experience and very reassuring experience that, hey, my body is fine. I can go do those things again. I can be an athlete. I can go have fun. I can be an active 24-year-old, 25-year-old individual again and not really have to worry about my back. Obviously, I don't just jump off the couch, like I've said, and not stretch out at all and just go start doing sprints or go try to grab the rim and jump up and do a bunch of jumping or even just golf swinging. I don't do that. I definitely try not to do that. I mean, I probably have done it at times in the past where I don't stretch out enough and then go do athletics. But I try to really get myself ready for those type of experiences, those type of events before, just because I don't want to do anything to potentially nullify that surgery or have to go through that surgery again, because so like about 2 weeks, I'll preface. I guess I'll keep going here. I don't do these things. I don't do like multiple takes. I just kind of talk when I do these videos. So over the winter, it was great. Played basketball, very active in my year of graduate school that I did. It's been an awesome year. The mental health, the mental aspect of my life in the last year has been absolutely phenomenal. Got back in that old job like I said I was going to do. It's been it's been a great year since last year at this time. Going to grad school, studying in a discipline that I absolutely love, educational leadership. I want to work in a higher education institution, a college. That's what I'm going to be doing the rest of my life. And the fact that I've been able to be a graduate student and be super involved with the university in terms of university committees and student senate and just working on campus, and also just being a student as well, taking classes. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I've loved this year. I've met so many great people, friends that hopefully that they like me as well as much as I like them, and I'm able to communicate and connect with them for many years to come. It's been an absolutely great year. And going into this summer, I have a couple more months here. End of July, I will finish up my graduate degree, and I will be thrust into the actual professional environment. Hopefully, working at a college. Hopefully, I'll have something lined up by then. But this overall year has been great. All winter, all spring, and then all fall, like I said before, has been absolutely great. No problems with the back at all. Once in a while, yeah, if you sleep wrong, if you're out, I guess I'm a college kid. If you're out and you kind of just end up partying and you get back home and you end up just going and laying in bed and you don't really think about the position that you're sleeping in ergonomically. You end up laying on your stomach a lot or on your back. When I lay my back in bed, it seems like I get stiff and tight in the low back. Some people, I know that laying on your back in bed is actually one of the more preferable positions in terms of ergonomics, but I personally sleep the best and feel the best in the morning when I sleep on my side with a pillow between my legs and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if I sleep wrong in the morning, I will wake up and I will feel a bit stiff. But other than that, and if that's the case, I'll take a couple ibuprofen and then I'm fine. It doesn't last for any longer than after that dosage of anti-inflammatories wears off. Then I'm fine again. So after that, after all this year, I've had literally no mess ups, no screw ups, no crazy incidents with the back. A week and a half ago, I had a kind of a slight scare, I guess, where I was out playing golf. It was it was kind of midday, 11 o'clock in the morning. Played 2 holes of golf. Literally walking to the third tee box. Walked up onto the tee, and something happened in the low back, and I was like, I kind of just, what's going on here, and ended up teeing the ball up. It's like, you know what? I had my buddy with me. I was like, why don't you tee off? And I kind of sat there, tried to stretch it out a little bit, and it's like, I don't think I can play. I literally walked off the golf course after 2 holes because I didn't feel like it was appropriate for me to go and try to push through that at all. And sure enough, it ended up being a low back muscle strain that ended up being kind of annoying. I mean, the first like day and a half, I mean, I know the protocol. I've been through it enough times where you kind of just get home, start the ibuprofen away, three pills, 600 milligrams. You start icing it. Do that every 6 hours for the first couple days. Luckily, it happened on a weekend. It was Saturday morning, so I had a Saturday and Sunday to kind of just chill and relax and not doing anything. And so by Monday, I was able to go to work and be fine. And so it was just a little bit stiff. But after about 4 or 5 days, I actually did have a little bit of like muscle, just because of the inflammation back there, I suppose. A little bit of limited movement in the left leg. Couldn't really kick it out as far as I normally do. But after probably Thursday, so after about 4 days, it was fine. I ended up playing kind of a makeshift round of 9 holes of golf, like about 5-6 days later, and I didn't hit any. I hit some really like kind of just punch cut drivers. Wasn't really anything crazy, and I ended up playing around 9 holes of golf. Wasn't that big of a deal. The next week went by, kind of just still not doing a whole lot, doing a few low back workouts. Played 18 holes this last weekend, and then now here we are on Wednesday, and about a week and a half later, and it's been fine. No real issues. Once in a while, I get a little bit of a pain down there, but it's nothing when I'm driving. But other than that, it's fine. It was just ended up being a low back strain, which I think I'm gonna have to deal with for the foreseeable future of my life. For the next 60 years, I'm gonna have episodes like that where you end up just being like everybody else. You throw out your back, and hopefully it doesn't escalate into a situation where you're gonna have to go to physical therapy all the time and have to go do surgery and stuff like that. The low back is feeling strong again, able to bend down and do everything. Normally, I have confidence in doing that, but I've just adapted my life, right? I'm being 25 years old. I've had all these issues over the last 2 years. I've adapted my lifestyle where I don't expose myself to those heavy lifts, those crazy situations or positions where you're exposing your back to a lot of stress and a lot of weight, which for me is just not worth the risk. And I have no problem even telling people, even young people, like people younger than me, where, I'm sorry, I've had an issue with my back before. I'm healthy. I can go play basketball with you. I can do everything. But I'm just not going to help you move into your apartment. I'm not going to go help you move this big, heavy thing across campus, what have you. I just don't have that. I'm humble enough to say I don't want to risk doing that, even though I'm perfectly fine. I don't have any issues with my back other than just I don't want to have that increased risk. But other than that, the first year out here has been absolutely great. I'm hoping for another year here. The last time I rehabbed a back injury, I had about a year and a half, and then it screwed up again. But hopefully this summer and hopefully next fall and another year here, and keep building these on and on and on. I'm able to continue this healthy lifestyle and become an active, I guess, mid-20s person now. And I'm not really my low 20s anymore. I'm 25 years old now. So hopefully I'm able to enjoy my time as a young adult after having these issues, or in my early 20s. I know there's a few people commenting once in a while. I do read the comments. I get messages about them. I just can't reply to everybody in these videos. I appreciate everyone reaching out. I appreciate everyone's story, because there's so many people that have back issues that don't even talk about it. They don't even comment. And it's really a debilitating injury that sometimes people don't want to talk about because they think, oh, you just tough it out, whatever. The back is it's such a sensitive area that sometimes it's really tough to just say tough it out, because it can be so debilitating. And I appreciate everyone's story. I appreciate everyone commenting, sending their regards. And it really helps me, especially those young people that have reached out and said, hey, I'm a young person, that this has happened to me, and this has really taken over my life, and it sucks. It really is. Socially more than anything. You're young. You want to be able to go out and enjoy yourself and be with your friends who are also young and healthy, because these are the years these are the glory years, right? That you're able to do those things, and you can't do them because you just feel like crap, because your back feels so bad. You can't go and sit, you can't go and stand for 3 hours at a bar with people, you can't go walk around, and it's debilitating. So I appreciate those comments. I appreciate everyone's comments, but especially those young people that have really related to me in that regard. So everybody, things are going great. It's been a year. I'm hoping for another summer here of being healthy and being involved and being active. Maybe, who knows how often I'll post something like this. Maybe every year at this point. Maybe if I screw up again and I have some type of surgery again, you can probably bet I'm going to have another video or something like along those lines. So I guess we'll just see. We'll see how the future holds. Hopefully you don't hear from me. If you don't hear from me, that means my life is going really well, and that means my back is feeling really well. So at the earliest you'll probably hear from me is hopefully another year from now. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it, and have a great evening.